Hey guys, Saber here with another guide, this time talking about Mode Abyss and the new fave keyword. Mode Abyss is a quest type deck and we already had similar kind of decks in OG Shadowverse, so what is a quest? If we start the game with Shamnacha in our deck, we get Fave, which is basically a quest which will increase its counter by 1 every time we play a card with the Mode keyword. Mode in of itself is an already very flexible kind of keyword, getting us to choose one out of multiple different strong effects. But once our Fave counter reaches 10 and we play Shamnacha, we get the permanent buff to choose +1 mode option every single time. Let's get into the deck list, starting with all the mode cards. And I mean all the mode cards. We play every single mode card. Chaos Cyclone from the basic set is a good draw with some powerful reanimate targets later on. Gensetsu turns from board wipe or board generator into just both. Probably the best new mode card that we got in the set is Screaming and Lowing, a powerful spell which is mostly used to clear board and cycle itself, but it can also be used to draw followers or give us 1 PP back for more combo plays later in the game. Castle is a good 3 PP for 2, we can spare out the last play point or multiple turns if we want, and with an occasional upside of buffing our board. Devotee is just a power crapped Apollo, nothing more to add, and Supplicant is another strong board clear option. Congregant is an absolute powerhouse once we have our Fave ready, generating us a full ward board with 366 and 199 for a small price of 1 Super Evo. Rule Eye and Valeric are kind of an OTK enabler if we have time to collect different token pieces. But next we are going to talk about non-mode cards. Bellringer is a fantastic 2-drop which let us deep draw into our deck to find our pieces, but we can also reanimate her with Chaos Cyclone. Also, we play 3 Reaper Death Slash, allowing us to clear opponents' threats relatively easy by using it on our Bellringer, while also drawing more cards. Gillies is our standard anti-aggro tool, which in late game gives us burst option, an all-around good card. One of Medusa allows us to clear multiple big threats without using an Evo, and we want to use our Evos on all our mode cards to basically accelerate our quest. And last but not least, we also play Cerberus. She gives us access to either burst heal or burst damage, depending whatever we need, but she also enables multiple different OTK lines, either with surviving Gensetsu tokens or with a Ruin Eye into double Valeric token spell into Cerberus for 12 damage burst without even using an Evo point. If you like this kind of content, feel free to comment, like and maybe even subscribe. Let's get into the replays. And here we are in the first replay playing against Forest. So what's our game plan? Once again, we want to get to 10 Fave as soon as possible. Also we need to get to know what our opponent is playing. So is it Tempo Forest, is it Roach Forest, or is it Control Forest? Probably we just see a bunch of fairies, so it could probably be Tempo or Roach. Here I just decided to drop Gillies to Kist 2 and preserve our HP a little bit. Also keeping Devotee to possible clear multiple fairies next turn. He just plays his 3-cost Amulet, which probably means he is where he is to 99% Roach. So I decided to drop my 3 mana and turn to a 3-3, but he has a perfect answer with May into triple fairy to clear my Gillies. Our hand will probably use Supplicant to answer, but we just top decked Devotee. Perfect tier 1 to everything, and I even spent an Evo here to evolve him, making a 5-5 a little bit harder to clear, and also advance our mode counter by 1 additional mode. Here he drops Glade. Evo Glade is cleared, but we can easily delay with Supplicant Evo, so we will just do that. Also, this way getting 2 more modes. We're already up to 5 modes, turn 5. We need 5 more modes. And a Challenger. The big problem is didn't really found any of our cheap mode cards, or also not our 3 mana Scream and Loathing. We just cycle through more and more mode cards every single turn. So it's a little bit rough. But our opponent here needed to waste another Evo to clear, and this is something that we'll do a lot of the time with this deck. Is you will just try to waste opponents' Evos, because once we have our mode active, we have most of the time no problem clearing opponent's boards and building boards. So we can just burn Evo after Evo and force the opponent to answer, and he might not have been Evo left to use big places. Really important lesson that you need to do against Rune. Just force them to use the Evos, so you just can't win with just Kwon into Kwon or Kaitis into the 10 cost into Super Evo phase as spiritual follower for 1 damage phase, which will just buy you a single turn and then you can most times win. You just want to clear the board, and while that's not that great, we have a bunch of high cost cards. We are at 8 modes. We need 2 more modes and Shamnacha to get our powerful effects ready, and yeah. Here he couldn't. He just clears, and he hasn't played his Roach combo, so we are actually quite fine. I feel a little bit threatened, so I just dropped in that Zoo here with Foxes. This allows us to clear all of his board, while also still having 4 wards on the board. It's a little bit harder for him to punch through just with Roach alone. And we actually got him to use Lemaga and his last Super Evo. That's super important. Keep out of Super Evos. So Carbuncle is not another free Roach, and this makes it a lot harder for him to OTK. But here we are, sadly, at 16 damage, well, basically 15 once we clear one of our Foxes here, because at the end of the turn we will take 1 more damage. We clear here and then just drop Cerberus, getting to buff our Gensetsu a little bit and having a board. Here I just hope I don't die, and he starts to combo off. He plays Bale, he plays Eradicating, he takes 2 more, he plays Emerald, get another 0 cost that he plays, going up to 17, playing Fairy going to my level 1, ended up to 1 Roach, picks, he uses, it's good work, plays another Roach, and this is only 7, well 8 was Kane, but he used it. So I just heal for 2 here and drop another Gensetsu for 3 more wards. That is pretty empty, so it's hard for him to just clear through that, and we just hope we win from here. Here comes Lure, another good wood staff, another good wood staff, and another lambent, which allows him to survive 1 more turn, pushing him up to 18, just 1 damage outside of our reach. And we just go face and pass. Nothing more we can do. I'm a little bit scared they somehow found a way to push through, place Fairy, place Carbuncle, which is a little bit too late. He doesn't have a Super Evo left. Place another Lambert again. Here's level 1. Bounce Carbuncle, place another Fairy. Buff the Fairy again. Clears one of our wards. It's bug alert. Just it's 2 more damage, 1 of our wards. Here's 1 ward, and as us. So we just swing. And here we are in the next replay, this time playing against Portal. So I just assume it probably egg as well, like most played and I feel like most competitive viable match up, and this should just be a free win for you if it really egg, because egg has like 3 good ways to clear big board, and you can build way more than just 3 big boards. So as long as you get your mode count active, you'll be fine. Here he just drops the 2-3 war with Grimnir. We just have Screaming and Loathing in hand. Just draw another 3 cross, draw another Screaming and Loathing, clear board, go 1 phase, pass. Here another puppet to clear no 1-1, and now you will please place some X, and we get just free turn. So we just drop double castle for double draw card, and we just chill for now. Already at 4 modes, turn 4, and we have 1 mode for 1 VP already on board, 2 of them, so we are basically at 6 modes already. Here, double ruby to just find, I guess, more egg pieces. Here I just play Devotee, deal 1, Evo Devotee, deal 1. Clean this board, and now we can either draw more cards or buff our Devotee. And we decide to draw 1 card, so we get up to 8, and with the second amulet we just buff for 1, so it's a 4-4, and we are at 8 modes already. Here Sylvia will clear our 4-4, but he just used 1 Evo for that, and we are totally fine with that. Using another Screaming and Loathing here, we just draw the last Screaming and Loathing over our deck, then using this again, this time to clear and get one play point back, and pass. Why did I not choose an drawing a follower? Because I didn't want to overdraw and burn the card. Now he got himself a second egg, but we are at 10 modes. We just dropped a notcher, we have 5 play points left, so we can play Congregant for a rush into ward. And then we will super equal the 1 with only rush and select reward and +2/+2, which results in an unbelievable like toxic boards of 366 wards and 199 plus 2 to notcher. So the only reliable way to clear is Congregant. Congregantly 4, so we'll see what hits, and he hits everything except for 166, and he normal evos this Congregant, so another evo down, and he's a puppet of his hand. So, but what does he do against another big board? We don't have another big board right now. But we'll just use our ability for 3-3 and a ding dong. So if he doesn't clear us, we can just sell what's next turn for the board. And if he clears ding dong, we can use King of Cyclone to draw for war and to reanimate ding dong. Or we can use Redstone, so we have a lot of different options. Going down to 14, it's a little bit rough, but it's fine. Going down to 12 now, I decide to just drop Gesetz here. Yes, Gesetz doesn't clear Lashana because Lashana is immune to destruction, but we clear the 8-8 ward, and by using our last super evil here, we can clear Lashana and also have an 8-12 taken by 4 wards. And we basically force him to have the next Congregant to have an even chance to clear this. He drops last struck, and he just one big mistake because he loses his Congregant to nuke his board, and he should have super evoed Congregant. And when he super evoed his last struck, then cleared 1 fox and then played Congregant, which would have resulted in him full clearing my board. But this is here a display on the side of the puppet player. But hey, he still managed up to clear his board. But we said like, well, whatever. Yes, next one let's zoom. Hitting again for 4, and once again having 5 bodies on board, and he only has 1 Congregant left and only 4 cards in hand. So can he clear this board again? Let's find out. He drops Axia, And another axe here. So we're in a kind of a small stalemate because our foxes can't get past. So we just run them in, getting them all down to 1 HP, and swing with 5. It's our Gensetsu. Here he drops Yuri, drawing a card. His, I think, Subdivisioner, Melodies, clear one Fox, and we just drop Cerberus to seal this match. Next door. So in the last replay for today, we are facing off against Haven. Oh, it's probably Crest Haven. And it's just the same game time. We want to get 10 Crests, and you know, Haven has a bunch of different ways to board wipe us, more than Portal. I just want to do the same. We want to swarm the board with Congregants, and in this matchup you can try to assemble an OTK with your Ruler and Vineric token spell. So let's see what we can do here. Just go for classic Bellringer into Devotee 3-3 play, and he actually uses his extra playpoint here to Blinding Fade this board to protect his leader health. We just play Chaos Cyclone, reanimate, and we drop Castle to buff our Bellringer to 1-3. Here on his Evo turn, he actually finds Marvel perfectly ready, and has a 6-6 here, and decides to swing. We get a draw, and his Marvel is on 5 HP. We just use Gillies here, reducing it by 2 and then playing Reapers. It's not the best turn, and time could have done better. I just felt like we didn't really have another good turn here. Because I didn't want to use double screaming to clear. And they couldn't have done that with only one screaming hand. I would have needed the deal 4 and get one playpoint back, so yeah. Yeah, we'll just use screaming, draw the last screaming on the 4 deck. Then we use the next screaming to deal 4 and draw a follower. So we just turbo a little bit through our mode here. Already at 6 modes, feels fine. Taking a little bit of damage here. And the next play I feel like is really cute, and I hope you feel the same. He has a 7-9 with it, and we just drop Supplicant to D3 to name the follower. And while watching this, I realized I could have probably done a little bit nicer, but I don't think so. We use one Screaming here, deal 4, and recover 1 playpoint. And we use Rebirth to clear 2-4, and use 7-7 to clear the last 2-4. With the 7-7 on play. And I feel like it couldn't have done better, right? Our timing accounts. Now we had 9 crests, 9 modes active, so we just play Congregant here. Shanacha, and then Super Evo. Forward and +2/+2, which forced them to have a board clear. Not a big board with Congregant, but a totally fine board. Here, here's John, which kills 6 everything, and then end of turn just clears last one. So we just get that 2 for both effects. Healing, getting a board, and clearing his board. Does he have another board clear? Yes, he has Congregant to clear the 2, but he leaves the Fox alive. And we get Castle, we just play Castle here for draw a card. Seeing what we can find here off the top, we just draw a Gilly, so we just draw 1 more card. And while we drop Cerberus, we draw Cerberus here. We wish we could have found the other Cerberus, like on draw earlier. But oh well. Evil Gillies, which allows us to heal us back to 18. And then we can play Supplicant to kill the last one and heal back to 20. And then we swing for face. Oh, already close to lethal. If he leaves stuff alive, we can drop Cerberus and win here. He plays another Congregant, clearing my Gillies. Super easy. Get back to 5 Crest. Shiny to clear even more and heal back to 16. And we only have Congregant left alive. So here I feel like we can just drop Chaos Cyclone, getting a Bellringer. But whoa, Fox, even better. It's not a draw, but it's more stats. I tried to in like this. I feel like it's a slight misplay. I should have probably tried it into heal. I want to keep the heal alive to potentially heal me. He plays Meddling, back to 19, feels really bad, but well, my Cerberus is still alive. So I just drop Ruiner here for double tokens, and we only play Sprint token, keeping the Vulnerate token in hand, so if we ever find a second Ruiner Vulnerate, we can just Storm for 10. Have a little bit more burst reach. Here, he just clears and plays second Meddling, so he is back to 20 once again. Now hand us a little bit slow. I just Evo Bellringer here just to get additional draw. Play Devotee, just filling out the board stats. Play Congregant here. Go for Ward and plus 2/2, but I feel like it should probably been Rush and Ward. It ends up being the same stats, but I feel like spacing it out a little bit would probably been a little bit better. Here he just banishes the 6/6 and clears more of my board. Now I have Cerberus. I could have played Cerberus here, but I wanted to drop Medusa here, forcing him to use removal on her. And if it does clear, we can do Cerberus and finish with Medusa, probably. Here, he plays Blinding Fate, healing him back to 13. Throwing his amulet to another heal 2 and the damage shield, and damage shield what really keeps him here alive, right? Not really, because he survived anyway, but instead of 15 he only takes 10 here. Down to 17. Just play Gillies, which clears our Cerberus, getting back to 5, and here's the last Meddling, putting up to 17. And he still didn't clear my board enough, so here Cerberus allows us to OTK. We can use the 4-1, clear the 0-4, use Death Slash to clear the 4-1. Last one was 3-5 War, and then go Fangs with the rest.